Here's a quick update video on the red truck. So I think the last video I did on this one, I was putting the S480 on it in place of the S475 that I had. So the S475 had a 132 exhaust housing, and I don't know what size exhaust wheel it was. And I put the S480 on it, which has a 110 exhaust housing, and it has a 96 exhaust wheel. And it also has a race cover. It's from Jose at Forced Inductions, and it's, I think, the V2 version or whatever. But anyway, so that was the only changes I did. I did change the thermostat in it, because the one that I had in it was drilled to drop the temperature, and it was only running about 185, and the trans temp wasn't even coming up off 100. So you can see through the grill, that's an F550 trans cooler. You can see how large it is. And that was trying to help with the PTC converter that was just very, very loose. And I put a 195 stat in it, but I don't think the back part of the thermostat is sealing against the water pump, so it's still running about 185 or something going down the road. It has been cooler around here in the last few weeks or whatever, but I still need it to be about 200, 210, so I'll probably be replacing the thermostat. Another thing, I also got this lower valence right here that has fog lights. I did not have fog lights before, so I was excited to get that and wanted to update on the towing. Now I realize that this isn't a heavy load. It's probably, that tractor is probably 1,600 pounds or something when I looked it up. It's a John Deere 650 four-wheel drive with just a boom on the back for picking up stuff. And then I've got an air compressor and some toolboxes in the bed of the truck. So nothing like too major heavy. I know it's not, a good, not a full pull, with a heavy trailer loaded down or whatever. But I will say that with this turbo, it tows. The truck runs so much better. I mean, it really does. Before, the fuel mileage was absolutely horrible. I mean, I was getting probably 9 miles to the gallon with this thing, and that was, just babying it. And it is a 410 rear end truck. It does have stock height 265 tires on it, and there's a Yank triple disc with 2200 stalls. So I was just babying it best I could, looking over the tune, making sure the air fuel ratio was, it was lean enough. 14.7 was what was commanded. It has kind of a bucking going down the road at 60, just kind of a little, like surging. So I think I bumped it up in that area on the table to 1.03 or something like that, and it seemed to have helped. And it's probably running 35 degrees of timing at 1500 RPM and 60 miles an hour, somewhere in that range. So with the S475, half tank would be 100 miles. That was it. And once it got down, I filled it up. Obviously I run premium in it, so it took $90 to fill it up, and it only went about 180 miles. So I was not happy at all. And that was unloaded. That wasn't towing a trailer. That was just empty. And I was like, I can't. I was looking at diesel swaps. I was, just trying to figure out what in the world to do with this thing, because I just, I want a truck I can hop in and go drive. And I fixed the seat in it. I've got the air conditioner working, just trying to get this thing, where I can enjoy it and use it as for a truck, And so now, like I say, all I changed was the turbo. I did change the thermostat, but again, it's not functioning properly, so it's still it's still not operating at 210, you know, going down the road. Once you start going down the road and that airflow comes to that, because it's a Duramax radiator and intercooler, so once the air flows through that thing, I mean, it knocks the temp down to about 185, even with the 195 stat that's in it. So again, I'm not sure that I used the right thermostat, because there are a few different thermostats for the LS. This one had the thermostat was made into the housing, so I don't know if it's just not seated deep enough in the pump to where it's stopping. I don't know. I'm probably just gonna put another 195 thermostat in it and try again. But so now it was almost 100 miles, and it was only it had dropped down to 3/4 of a tank. Then I hooked the trailer on it and then drove down probably over 30 miles one way with just the trailer, got the tractor and all the stuff in the bed, and then came back the same pass, so another 30 miles or whatever. And so then it was on, well, it must not have been 30, because it ended up 150 miles, and it was on, now it's on a half a tank. So, you know, that's very promising, and I'll put up with that. That's a lot better than, you know, 200 miles on a tank, because this is a, I don't know what the tank's, what, 26 on these trucks or something like that. I don't know, but that hurts your pocketbook when you got to put $90 in it and it only goes less than 200 miles. So, but anyway, I'll show you the seat I did. I got the covers and everything just off Amazon. They were about $100 for the covers, and the seat foam was $60, I think. So the armrest, I screwed the armrest up, so I'm probably gonna have to get another one. But it rides so much better with these seats in it and with the air conditioning. So it's got, this is the SS airbag, and then this is an Escalade, the Escalade cluster in here. So it's nice. It's been rebuilt and everything. And then the radio actually works with the buttons on the steering wheel, which I really wanted. So anyway, hopefully running it some more with this turbo and just seeing how it does, I'll be able to get, you know, 300 or better on a tank. I would be extremely happy with that, and then would cease and desist on trying to figure out what diesel engine to put in this thing, because I was looking at Cummins and even maybe a Duramax or something. But like I say, if it'll do that, I'll be happy with that. I'll live with it. And let's see, we'll give a little run clip of it. A full 4-inch exhaust with this one has the MagnaFlow muffler on it. The other red truck has a Hooker Max Flow. And I recirculated the wastegate too, so I don't have to hear that crap when it opens. That's the update on this thing, and you can see that hunk of junk's back. The transmission, my wonderful transmission guy that did the 4L60 in that Escalade, if y'all recall, he did the transmission in that one, and it's been dripping out of the front since I put the truck together, so we're trying to get him to fix it. And then next on the list is the Tahoe's getting a turbo. I've been driving the twin turbo Caprice, and my white truck's back. The guy that bought my white truck wanted me to charge the AC on it, so I got it charged and cooling for him, and he loves that truck. He said he won't be getting rid of that one anytime soon. So always happy to hear how well your customers like your product.